Take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy holiday season and a wonderful new year. And what I wanted to discuss very briefly with you is the fact that I will soon be assuming the chairmanship of the U.S. Senate's Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, one of the most important committees in the Congress. And as I move into that position, which has very broad jurisdiction,
we can build on. The job market is the strongest it's been since World War II, notwithstanding the inflation. We added another
$3,600 for children under 6. Half of it was made available to parents in advance via monthly payments throughout the second half of 2021. In that time, there were significant decreases in child poverty and food scarcity. Government data showed upticks in spending on necessities like clothing, utilities, and much more. Republicans in Congress and Joe Manchin have let it expire, everybody. According to Republicans, this year the credit reverts to its pre-2021 structure, a non-refundable credit worth of $2,000 per child, ages 16 and under, that is. The Guardians received that when they file a tax return next year, but the expanded child tax credit payments have been paused, even though they help many families stay afloat as inflation skyrocketed. Reports have found that millions of children have fallen back into poverty. States have stepped in to make up some of the difference, and Vermont joins 9 other states in offering a state-level child tax credit, in addition to California, Colorado, Idaho, New Mexico, and some other states. Additionally, North Carolina offers a child deduction rather than a credit, and Michigan's state legislature has passed a credit worth $500 for most children, though it is not law yet. Connecticut is offering a one-time tax rebate worth of $250 per child, capped at $750 for 3 children. Families need to apply to receive it. And the size of the credit and eligibility requirements vary greatly by state. Vermont's $1,000 payment, for example, is reserved for children 5 and under and families earning $125,000 or less. In Massachusetts, existing tax deductions for dependents were converted into two refundable credits. These state tax credits are worth between $180 to $240 per child under 12 for up to 2 children in all families. In some states, the credit is non-refundable, which means it can reduce someone's tax liability as low as $0. Taxpayers must file a tax return to receive it. Others, including Vermont, have made it fully refundable, meaning that it can reduce a filer's tax liability below $0. Despite the plans, the bill is yet to be formally proposed and is being negotiated on across both sides of Congress. Folks, we have a ton of good news about the fourth stimulus check and Social Security benefits. Stay tuned because you definitely don't want to miss out on this. Social Security, everybody, provides monthly benefits to millions of retired seniors. Some of those seniors depend on the program for the bulk of their income, and that's proven to be a problematic thing this year in particular. Although Social Security recipients get a generous 5.9% raise going into 2022, at this point the rate of inflation is far outpacing that boost. That means seniors who live mostly on Social Security are losing buying power even at a time when they're sitting on a higher raise. But that's not the only issue with depending heavily on Social Security. In future, Social Security may have to cut benefits to the tune of 20% due to revenue shortfall. That could leave many seniors in the lurch. In the coming years, Social Security expects to owe more in benefits than it collects in revenue, due largely to an anticipated mass exodus of baby boomers from the workforce. The good news is that Social Security has trust funds it can tap to keep up with scheduled benefits. But once those trust funds run out of money, benefits will be cut back on the table. Meanwhile, the Social Security trustees recently released a 2022 report, and it projects that the program's trust funds will run out of money in 2034. From there, Social Security may have to slash benefits by 20% unless lawmakers come up with a solution to address the program's financial shortfall. But there are remaining lawmakers that are working on fixing Social Security. Democratic senators have teamed up to propose giving Social Security beneficiaries an extra $200 per month. The plan was put forward by Elizabeth Warren, Schumer, and Ron Wyden. The extra income would apply to all Social Security, veterans, and SSDI beneficiaries. Senator Warren has told CNBC News, increasing Social Security benefits is the quickest way to get money out the door during an economic crisis. However, senators have not confirmed how they would offset the cost of these increased benefits in their plan. Now, economists and lawmakers are concerned about another recession, as due to high inflation, rising the rates, and labor shortages. But what is certain is that with all these issues, American households are still struggling and need immediate assistance. According to a Newsweek poll, 63% of Americans want the Fed to issue new payments to fight inflation. And since last year, state governments have experienced historic surpluses due to inflationary costs and high spending. According to the Urban Institute, state government revenue adjusted for inflation rose 17% in the first quarter of 2022, compared to the same period in 2017. And senior research associates providing a direct assistance of direct payments is much more beneficial than enacting some income tax right now. Right now is a especially hard time for our seniors and retirees. Millions of older adults having trouble making ends meet. But according to CNN, many don't even realize help is available, and some notable programs that offer financial assistance are underused. New data shows that nearly 14 million adults that are 60 or older currently qualify for aid from the Fed program, but haven't even signed up. Also, more than 3 million adults that are 65 or older are eligible, but are not enrolled in Medicare savings programs, which pay for Medicare premiums and cost sharing. According to experts, there are several relief programs that target adults and programs funded by the Older Americans Act. So, let's see what President Biden could do.
Thank you all. I recognize myself for 5 minutes. I want to begin by expressing my profound appreciation to Chair Castor, to the entire Select Committee staff for their exceptional work over the past 4 years. This committee has played a crucial role in ensuring this Congress centers the climate crisis in everything we do. And thanks to the roadmap that we provided through our 2020 Majority Staff Report, this Congress has been the most consequential in our history in terms of climate action. We shaped and passed transformational policy through the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, CHIPS and Science Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. It will not only help reduce greenhouse gas emissions, but also grow our domestic manufacturing sector, reduce energy costs, and create good-paying union jobs. We know that clean energy is the future. And by making these investments in climate action, we're not just doing what's needed to protect the health of our planet, but we're also ensuring the United States of America outcompetes countries like China when it comes to the clean energy economy of the future. So while we've made significant progress, I also know that we as a nation have so much more work to do. I was honored when the Speaker named me to the Select Committee because the climate crisis is personal to me. I'm the proud dad of 2 great young children, and I constantly think about the world we're going to leave behind for them and for their children. It's the reason I first ran for office, to make the world a safer, healthier place for them. I know the health of our planet weighs on many young people, just like my kids, just as it does on their parents. In my district, we are seeing record-breaking temperatures year after year. Kids in our communities are experiencing year-round wildfires that threaten to destroy their homes. Just this year, the Laguna Niguel wildfire burned over 200 acres and destroyed at least 20 homes. These same wildfires also dictate how much time kids can spend outside due to air quality concerns, further impacting their everyday life. In my district, kids are also seeing rising sea levels and coastal bluffs that are eroding and have tragically taken lives. We're facing year-round droughts that threaten basic access to clean, drinkable water.
The extreme MAGA Republicans are gathered to unveil their latest bill to criminalize women's health in all 50 states. The bill calls for a penalty of 5 years in federal prison for doctors performing abortions.